2024 has been absolutely terrible when it comes to gaming, as there has been barely any game releases, and a lot of the games that released are absolute doo-doo.
Concord is a 5v5.
We do not care.
But luckily for us, the gaming gods are shining down upon us and have given us 3 of the best games to release within this year, all releasing within a space of 3 weeks, which is absolutely fantastic. And today I am talking about Warhammer 40k Space Marines 2. This game has given my chest hair. This game is guaranteed to build your muscles more effective than any steroids you can find on the market. And this game is guaranteed to give you that manly jaw you so desired. Even more manly than the jaws that you can find on female characters in Western developed video games. That is the power of Warhammer Space Marines 2. And there is no better way to start this review off than to start off by the story. Now I can tell you with absolute certainty that I know absolutely nothing about Warhammer 40k. I do not know if this story is filled to the brim with Warhammer lore that is going to drive those Warhammer lore nuts absolutely crazy. But what I do know is that I kind of like the story in this game. Is this a melodramatic story that is going to make you cry? Absolutely not. Actually, there isn't any real drama in this game at all, and the only drama that comes out of this game's story is the fact that Titus doesn't trust his absolute buff broskies, and the subsequent conflict that arises from that and gets resolved in the most predictable way possible. But my goodness, I guarantee you that most people didn't buy this game for a story. Nobody gives a shit about the story. You bought this game to play as an 8-foot tall Giga Chad who absolutely bathes in the blood of his enemies. And the story of this game perfectly provides context and motivation for why you are doing what you are doing. And my goodness, what more do you need? All I need to hear is that I am doing this all in the name of the Emperor. I don't even know what that means, but my goodness, I am a patriot. All I need from my video game is to play as a big super Chad that's on that Sigma male grind set. And by Sigma male grind set, I mean legitimately grinding through your enemies and turning them into red paste, which is a perfect transition to start talking about the gameplay, which is absolutely crazy in this game and guaranteed to increase your chances of getting a heart attack. In this game you have 2 distinctive fighting styles, that being choppy slice and shooting, and these 2 styles aren't optional but optimal, as you cannot expect to deal with these hordes without shooting and slicing. That is the Warhammer 40k Space Marines 2 experience. This game will throw hordes of enemies at you and you are expected to mow them down just like mowing the lawn. And oh baby, this game gives you a wide variety of guns to choose from, and most of them kind of feel satisfying. The third person combat itself is not that bad, although it does feel like it's straight from that PS3 era, and I am absolutely not complaining. However, as soon as these hordes of enemies start surrounding you and start biting your ass, it is time to whip out the sword. And my goodness, this game gives you a whole lot of cool melee weapons, and use them you shall. Now, to the observant viewer, you might have noticed that this game has some finishers, and well, the finishers aren't just there to look cool, but it is there with a purpose as well, and that purpose is to regenerate your armor. Because this game throws so many bugs at you, they are going to bite your ass, and the armor is very important in this game. And the way you regenerate it is by doing the finishers, which I think is a very neat mechanic. It is also important to keep your armor up as much as possible, because this game doesn't really give you that many ways to get your health back. As a matter of fact, there is only 2 ways, that being the very limited health packs and the Super Space Jeebus mode, which turns you into even more of a super buff broski that can absolutely break your pitch back without putting any effort into it. And I am an absolute fan of this approach, and then when you combine this with the fact that this game gives you barely any cover and expects you to go in raw dog and take on all the enemies face to face, it provides you with an absolutely fantastic experience. Like I said, the gameplay in this game is an absolute adrenaline rush that is going to keep you on your toes throughout the game. And well, it gets even better when we start talking about the levels. Now I know what you are asking, and that is how exactly do the levels in this game make the gameplay experience so much better? Well, that is because the levels in this game focus on the one thing that this game does best, and that is the combat. When I think about it, there aren't really that many things to say about the levels in this game, and that is because the levels in this game are very linear and get straight to the point. That point being eliminating the dinosaurs. You will walk straight into a combat encounter, clear the encounter, and then the game will tell you to take a break, get your breath back, lower your heart rate, get some ammo and some health packs if it's available. And then you can have a walkabout and take in the beautiful environments of this game. I'm just kidding, you get back straight into the action. As soon as you got those bullets back in your gun, you are straight back into killing the dinosaurs. That is the simplicity of the levels that makes it so absolutely beautiful. Now, there are some objectives that you have to fulfill in these levels, and those objectives mainly surround getting to an objective or defending it, and that's basically it. Now, normally to reach these objectives, you are going to need to do some combat, and to defend these objectives means that you're gonna need to do some more combat, which is kind of obvious. And yet again, this is another example of how this game gives you combat, more combat, and even more combat. Now, there are some levels I do want to talk about which I absolutely love, and those are the jetpack levels. You see, in these levels you get a jetpack, and this jetpack is not just any jetpack, it is a Sigma jetpack, because it is capable of lifting these absolute giga chads up in the air a few meters off the ground, which is absolutely incredible. And I know what you're thinking, why exactly are these levels so impressive? You can fly up and fly forward. Well, I'm here to tell you exactly why these levels are so freaking cool. Actually, I'll just show you.
Let him cook.
This is what I am talking about. This jetpack allows you to become a meteor of pure muscle that comes crashing down into the surface of this planet, wiping out the dinosaurs for a second time. Now, due to the levels in this game being very basic and to the point, it causes the game to be very short, and I would have absolutely loved 2 or 3 more of these jetpack levels, purely due to the fact that you can become a meteor of death. Now, the final thing I want to talk about related to this game are the visuals, and not in the sense of, oh, look at how beautiful the graphics is, it's so beautiful. No, I want to talk about how awesome this game looks. This game sets up some absolutely fantastic sequences, all thanks to the absolutely fantastic visuals of this game. Everywhere you go in this game, there is some sort of fight in the background, and it looks so awesome. But it gets better when those visuals come together to create a set piece. When instead of looking at a bunch of dinosaurs in the background running around like it's Jurassic Park, those dinosaurs come straight towards you, and now you are fighting them. That is how you create a set piece. That is freaking awesome. Warhammer 40k Space Marines 2 is an absolute blast. Yes, it is only 7 hours long, but it is 7 hours that is purely freaking awesome. Is this the best game of the year? No. Is this better than the monkey game? No. Is this better than the cute robot game? Absolutely not. But this is a game that is unapologetically freaking awesome. A game that flexes its muscles, literally and figuratively, and a 7-hour experience that is worth experiencing. Will this game give you a bigger PP? No, but it will feel like it does. In conclusion, Warhammer Space Marines 2 is absolutely awesome. If you've enjoyed this video, I would ask you to please consider liking and subscribing. It will help me understand whether or not people like this type of content. That is all I have for this video. I thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.